Are you going through a spiritual awakening? If you are just embarking onto the journey or already well into it, this video is for you. Today we will look into what you can expect from the process, so you can navigate through your awakening with more ease. A spiritual awakening can be an extremely disorienting time of your life. You might feel like the world and your whole life is falling apart. But a spiritual awakening is a wonderful thing, so as hard as it can be, trust in the process and you will be grateful for the outcome. It's all worth it. A spiritual awakening is the process of shedding the ego and discovering the true essence of who you are. A spiritual awakening is in fact the awakening of your soul, which opens the door to a deeper layer of your consciousness. This process can be challenging, but I can guarantee you that you won't want to go back to how you were before. So what exactly is involved in the process? What are the common symptoms we go through? How long can it last, and why does it happen? These are all questions we will answer today. Understanding this phenomenon can help you navigate this process much more smoothly, which is why I invite you to stay until the end of the video. A spiritual awakening represents the transition from your human awareness to your soul awareness. People often describe it as a profound shift in perception, values, and beliefs, which often accompanies a period of mourning and disillusionment known as a dark night of the soul. A spiritual awakening creates permanent and tangible changes in your life experience. It sets you on a new pathway of finding deeper meaning and substance in your life. During this process, you may find yourself losing interest in the things you once loved. You may not find joy in the same pastimes, which may still be enjoyable, but otherwise hollow. This sets you on a path to explore your consciousness and discover yourself to a fuller extent. You can view it as a major shift in consciousness, which brings you more in alignment with your soul nature. This process is a catalyst for huge change and transformation, so even though it may be disorienting at first, lean into it and explore, because it is an exciting new chapter that is unfolding. Your eyes are opening to a deeper truth beyond reality, which is like waking up from the dreamlike nature of your ego and experiencing something more to life. Another way to look at a spiritual awakening is that you're breaking out of the matrix. You have lived your life unconsciously, operating from your beliefs, indoctrination, and subconscious patterns and programs without experiencing true awareness. Everyone who is on the pursuit of spiritual truth will experience a spiritual awakening at some point. It may come on like being hit by lightning, or it may be a long-winded journey with many ups and downs and a whole lot of learning. Either way, a spiritual awakening is a good thing, because you're starting to see beyond this dimension of experience and recognizing that you are not your body. You are something much more profound. So what can you expect during a spiritual awakening? During a spiritual awakening, you can expect some challenges. It will be a disorienting time of your life where you're letting go of everything that didn't serve your growth as a person and finding a new identity that aligns with your soul nature. With that said, a spiritual awakening is a period of transition, and periods of transition are often rocky. People often struggle at times throughout this process, as all the nasty things tucked away in the corners of your subconscious will slowly be illuminated. It feels like you're getting revelations or sudden new understandings. It's natural to go through a process of shedding because you have accumulated a lot of junk throughout your life that doesn't serve your spiritual expansion. You can't expect people to understand you throughout this process. A fairly universal experience of a spiritual awakening is to feel alienated. You may feel like you can't connect with anyone, and for the first time, you're truly on your own. But it's also beautiful stepping into the unknown. People who have not undergone a spiritual awakening, which is most people, will not be able to connect on the same wavelength as you are. They might wish the best for you, but you're going to feel a disconnection on a fundamental level. You might find it difficult to relate to most people or to find support, which makes a spiritual awakening a very personal journey. Once you embrace this journey and get through the rough stages, an awakening is an extremely rewarding experience. Words are lacking to describe this reward, but we can say that you are going to feel much more pure. You will feel a sense of inner peace and genuine fulfillment that was previously missing from your life. Your life will open up to an entirely new dimension of experience. Ultimately, life is going to be much more of an adventure because more dimensions will become apparent. You will see that there is a lot more to life than what meets the eye, and as a result, life becomes more dynamic. There are many signs and symptoms you will experience during a spiritual awakening. Here's a list of some of the most common symptoms that people experience when they are undergoing this process of awakening. A feelings of being lost in life. A sense of disillusionment and alienation. A feeling of abandonment and loss of faith. You feel like your life has been a lie, and there's something more to experience. A sharp increase in curiosity, especially about the nature of your existence. A deeper questioning of your belief structures and perceptions. The realization that everyone is faking it, playing roles, and are pretty miserable. You gain insights and understandings about your soul nature. A general disconnection from self and ego. You start reflecting more and paying more attention to your internal processes. You generally become more introspective. You start paying more attention to your triggers and dysfunctions. Your journey of healing becomes much more intense. A general feeling of disassociation from your identity. You may not know who you are anymore. You change your interests, motivations, and desires. You stop finding pleasure in the same activities and hobbies. You find that you can't connect with the same people. You feel a deeper connection with your intuition and connection with your spiritual abilities. Now, how long does a spiritual awakening last? A spiritual awakening doesn't have a specific time frame, but it's good to view it as an ongoing process, probably for the rest of your life. In my case, my spiritual awakening happened suddenly, as the result of a Kundalini awakening. I did not know anything about Kundalini or spiritual awakenings before, and did not consider myself a spiritual person, but I instantly developed spiritual beliefs and a new way of perceiving myself and reality. Now that I know more about the subject, I came to realize that my whole life was the path, slowly leading me towards this awakening. For over 20 years, I've been on a nomadic journey, exploring the world, its people, and analyzing life itself. I might have collected bits and pieces of the puzzle all along. I just did not link any of it to awakenings. Until the Kundalini awakening hit, and that was undeniable, nothing has been the same since, and there is no going back. Since then, I have been more deeply embodying my spiritual self. But I recognize that I'm still a baby on this spiritual journey. I know much more than I did when my spiritual awakening started, but I am continuously on this same journey of self-discovery, and probably will be for the rest of my life. That's the thing. There is always more to know. This is an ongoing process. You can always go deeper into your consciousness. There is always another layer of the spiritual onion to explore. Imagine a spiritual awakening as the bud of a flower beginning to bloom. This process of unfurling takes time, but the more you lean into the experience by encouraging your self-discovery and growth, the quicker you will find your feet. It's difficult to say when you'll experience a spiritual awakening, as they're a natural product of the soul's evolution, and everything is being divinely orchestrated. Everyone is evolving at a different pace, and the stages can unfold for each one of us at a different rhythm. If you haven't experienced the slow unfurling of your infinite consciousness, then continue learning, experiencing, and doing. If you are within this process, keep doing the work and keep deepening your connection with your soul. And why do people have spiritual awakenings? Internally, a sense of dissatisfaction or yearning for a deeper meaning in life can spark the initial stages of a spiritual awakening. This might manifest as a growing disconnect from conventional societal norms, a feeling of emptiness despite material success, or a curiosity about the nature of existence beyond the physical realm. Sometimes, personal experiences such as trauma, loss, or moments of great joy can act as triggers, shaking individuals out of their regular routines and prompting them to seek a higher purpose or understanding. While the triggers for a spiritual awakening vary from person to person, most people fall into one of these three categories. Number 1, exposure. When you stumbled upon something deeply meaningful, exposure to new things can be a catalyst for spiritual awakening. As you live your life within your programs and preset conditioning, if you stumble upon something that truly makes you transcend the limitations of your programs, it may set you on a new path. This exposure could come in the form of being introduced to a new idea that makes you think, exploring diverse cultures, or coincidental encounters with individuals who share a spiritual insight. All these things can play a pivotal role in awakening one's spiritual consciousness. In my case, I've had many of these little enlightening moments and experiences throughout my life, but as I said before, I only came to link all these experiences to spiritual awakening after the Kundalini awakening. So you could also be much more advanced on your spiritual awakening than you think. Number 2, self-exploration. When you discover a deeper meaning, moments of introspection and reflection can lead to deeper insights, which can act as a catalyst for awakening consciousness. Whether you have some big realizations during meditation, you discover new things through mysticism or other spiritual modalities, or follow the inner voice telling you to explore your consciousness and ask questions. This self-exploration can lead to profound insights, which create a shift of consciousness. And number 3, suffering. When you are forced to find a better path. One of the more common ways that people embark on a spiritual journey is when they experience something so unpleasant that it forces them out of their slumber. Pain is a catalyst for growth. When you go through a period in your life that is extremely painful, sometimes this offsets a spiritual awakening. The reason why this happens is because suffering forces you into the darkest parts of your consciousness, and you need to start exploring it. Therefore, when something in life causes a big deal of pain, this pain often illuminates a better path forward, one which you need to walk if you wish to heal. So remember that the biggest challenges in life can turn into the biggest blessings. Actually, I personally did need to hit that rock bottom to put the last pieces of the puzzle together. So, more on that personal story of mine in another video though. I really hope today's information will help you on your journey. Thanks for watching. Take good care, much blessings, much love, and a great journey to you.